G'day, thanks for tuning in. You're with the Pedal Picassos once again, but if it is your first time, please hit subscribe, drop a comment in below. Helps the channel, we appreciate it. Thank you. Looking at the HeadRush Flex Prime again. As you know, previous videos have the HeadRush gig board. Recently, the channel have acquired the HeadRush Flex Prime. We bought this, we're not sponsored. It is a good piece of kit though. Rock solid, has everything that the HeadRush previous boards have got. This is scaled down, very compact, very let's say to the minute, because people are looking at a smaller utility board, but it's so flexible. Wi-Fi, desktop editor, phone editor, edit presets by Wi-Fi, Bluetooth streaming. It has all of the HeadRush amps, which I did in my last video. I'm just going to demonstrate the REVALVER amps, because when you get access to one of these, or when you purchase one of these, you get access to the REVALVER suite. I'll just go to the REVALVER screen here at the moment, and we should see, yes, included content with REVALVER Pro, or some of the amps that you will find from the REVALVER suite are these ones here. So AC30s, JCM 900s, names here, not to breach copyright, but you get what they are. If you look at an Angel PB1, what's it based on? It's based on the Angle Powerball 2, etc. I'm going to go through some of them, and we'll have a look at the settings as they change on the desktop editor as well. So this is Hair Demon, a diesel amplifier, pretty dirty. In these examples, I've matched the cabs as well. You can see the amp settings on the right hand side on the desktop editor here, and the cab setting is a Jamalm or Janmalm. I'm not sure which one that is, but I tried to match them all, and I'm going to go cycling through these so you can now have a look at which ones I've got. So you've heard this one. Next one is a Hanger 18, which is based on a Hartke. It's a bass amp. Very clean, a lot of bottom end. Matching cab with a Hartke cab as well. You can see the parameters that you can edit here. So mic type, yes, again, mic distance from the actual cab, the mic axis, whether it's on axis or off axis. Here's a red hot, and this is an orange. I'm a huge fan of Marshalls through orange cabs. Orange cabs have got a sound of their own. They've got this really thick wallop bottom end, which is, but I've got that boxy tone of a vintage Marshall 4x12, but they've just got something else. There's just this extra wallop that an orange cab has got. It's brilliant. As far as changing the parameters on here, let's whip up the gain. I dig that tone. And these aren't IRs either. These are just the REVALVER amps and matching cabs. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go up to the next amp here. I'm using the pedal here to select. I'm actually at a rig list, so you can put your rigs into set lists. So this set list, I've got REVALVER amps here, and you can assign your pedals to actually go through rig list. So you can go from stomp mode, where you can turn on the individual pedals or amps or cabs. You can then select rigs, so you can go via rigs, and this is all rigs, and then you can go via a particular set list. So this is the set list. I'm going REVALVER amp, and here we are, and I can just go up to my next level. So Here we are, number 9. It was the PV 3120 lead. And I'm looking at the output there. It doesn't seem as big as the others. So I'm going to change my rig volume. Let's make sure that I'm not peaking in my door. Getting close. Bring it down a couple of dB. That's pretty cool. I'm digging these tones. And these are just the REVALVER amps, okay? As you can see, of the 14 blocks that are in here, I'm using 2. Let's go back to our list here and our rig editing screen. I haven't got anything in here. I've got no noise reduction, no boost pedals, no EQs, no modulation, no reverbs, no delays. One thing that really, really blew my mind, if I go to the next amp, we've got an amp emulation here. This particular amp has reverb built in, and reverb is built in here. Look at that. Oingo boingo. I'm just going to tune my E string back to an E. It's down at a low D. Mentioned before, the tuner on these is it's very easy to use, but quite accurate. And once again, I want to check my output level. My rig volume. Oh, I peaked that. We're peaking! Easy to adjust. Now, rig volume, I could also adjust the actual amp volume here. So you can see settings are flat. I haven't tweaked any of the amp settings on here. But I found it remarkable that on the REVALVER amps, if the amp has, if the hardware, the original hardware has reverb, they've emulated the reverb as well. How cool. A 62 Blues Master. Okay, so based on a Marshall Blues Breaker. Cab I've actually put this through is a vintage 4x12. Well, this is an Angel 4x12 slant cab. Which is an angle. Let's see if I can dig up the Marshall one. I'm struggling to see how they've called them. Here's a JM Vintage, Jim Vintage 112. This is just 112. And that's probably a little bit more reminiscent of a JTM 45 or a Blues Breaker. They're great sounding amps though. I really, really dig them. Let's go up to our next level. We've got a cancel, discard the changes to that one. A 64 Vox AC30. Once again, all the settings are flat. Ambience is very interesting. You can switch ambience on. Adjust your ambience size and your ambience level. And that's some room reflection. How very, very cool. Wow. And that's for that cab. Amp settings. Now, there is tremolo volume and tremolo speed, and we can actually turn the tremolo on this. And tremolo. Which is very, very cool. Look, I don't think you're going to run out of blocks here in the Flex Prime. 14 blocks to add vibrato if you wanted to. Add reverb, add some delay, add a tube screamer in there, add a rat, add a blues breaker distortion pedal. But you can just do that on the amp itself. And we've added some tremolo. All right, next one is 72 bass, is number 72, basic 100 bass. So this is a bassman in bass configuration, and the cabinet is Kelly Classic 215 bass. So big, clean, lots of headroom, and very, very clean. They've got 3 bassmans here. This is both the bass and the guitar channels. And then the next one should be just the guitar channel. And I changed the cab there for a tweed cab. Once again, very clean. My output level needs boosting. So if you want to use a bassman as a clean platform, a pedal platform, use this as your amp, go to town. What else did I add here? Flat Hill being a Mesa. Great names. Flat Hill. Dual channel 1, clean. Clean with a matching cab. And did I add a dirty channel or a next channel? This is channel 1 modern. And give me some more output volume. So you do find that you will have to adjust levels, output volumes for your rigs, just to tweak them to get them to match your input-output gear. And that is that particular Mesa. If I go to another Flat Hill that they've got here, Flat Hill dual channel, Flat Hill vintage normal. They've got plenty of Peavies in here, of which I've done a few. You've got Buddhas in here. I didn't do all the Mesa boogies because you've got Mesas in the HeadRush amps that I've gone through as well. And this is out. This is not even clones. I haven't even got into the clones yet. The next amp I did, let's have a little look. Yes, one of the Peavies, Classic 30. Once again, this has got the reverb. Yes, let's have a look here. Reverb's tweaked right up. Let's bring it off. The cab that I matched it with is the classic cab, classic 4x12 PV cab. But once again, you've got reverb. Olay. Olay. And then a red hot ADT. This is the the orange again. So there we are. There you have the REVALVER amps that are included with the Flex Prime. So now you've got, and that's not all of them. So sport for choice, yes, there's got to be close to 100 options for you in all makes, shapes, and sizes. I will go through the some of the clone amps that are included in our next video. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next time.